This is a test of the boundary part alert system. What are we doing here, Dave?
Well, indeed.
What are we doing here?
Well, I've been contacted by the hierarchy, our millionaire friend in Chiswick, about a video of a certain somebody on social media mourning that we had to be here. You got anything to say about that?
No, that's doing pending an investigation, Dave.
Well, I've been stripped of my vice captaincy, and you have got a meeting with Mr. Andy Halliwell tomorrow, haven't you, via Zoom?
He's the boss.
He's the boss.
He's the one in London.
The London.
Ahoy, lads. Ahoy, Dom.
Shipmate Vice. Is that Dom Vice?
It could be.
Miami Vice?
It could be. One of the many village people impersonators who represented Oldham Athletic in Hartlepool at the week. It wasn't the weekend. I'm just obsessed with it being the weekend. But what are we doing here? Look,
Matthew Reddish. No, Matthew Reddish, not from Reddish.
Yeah.
An Oldham fan. What are we doing here?
I tell you what, though.
And the one and only.
Oh, God. If I close my eyes, I can see him now on that bus with his top off and his hat on. There was a lot of homoeroticism going on that coach on the way on by the looks of it. And you know what, guys? That's absolutely fine. As long as you were enjoying yourself.
Well, the captain started off by dropping his trousers on the pier of Hartlepool.
I think that it was a legendary away day, wasn't it? I mean, looking at it, everything. It was welcome to Latics Football Forum, by the way.
Yeah, hello. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Good Christmas and Boxing Day, and
yeah, I mean, like, I've got to say that I feel very happy for all the people, all the fans, all the ones who go up and down the country watching Latics week in, week out, that they got that day on Saturday. What is it, Tuesday?
Tuesday.
On Tuesday. On Boxing Day, because, all right. It was just, it had it all for me. It was a classic away day for me. It had, with the characters, the songs, the atmosphere,
the goals, the link-up play between Norwood and Stones, Hallam Hope in central midfield,
playing on the front foot, weren't we more? Like, rather, because McGay had been taken out the side because of what had happened on the on the social media thing. Which, look, this is a Latics Football phone in. If you want to phone in, then you can. The link is, I'll make sure I put it into the comments on here because I haven't done that yet.
Not yet.
But here you go. You can get in touch. We do need people to call in, otherwise it's just me.
Yeah, it's just going to be me and Matt.
It's over. Like one of their sexual encounters, it'll be over in minutes, won't it?
You know that's a lie.
Or seconds. Turkey paste butties, Dave. What do you think?
Just ban him now.
What would you recommend? Maybe if you've got some leftover turkey, blitzing it in the blender.
Nope.
Add in some.
Throw away. Go and get some beef paste from the shop.
Get some lard in there.
Ugh.
I don't know. How do you make beef paste? Which is basically just a bit of beef and lard in it. Surely
it's like it's the 8th wonder of the world, isn't it? The beef paste recipe.
Was it never on how it's
If anyone
made?
works in a beef paste factory, then please invite me down. I'll do like a Greg Wallace, like, wow, look at that, all that beef.
Amazing.
Yeah, it would be good.
Yeah.
I bet it'd stink.
Yeah. As Gaz is pointing out, the captain's hairy ass is all over social media. It certainly is. We've got it on here, haven't we? It's not there. Hang on a minute. Where is it? Where is it?
Captain's
there we go.
hairy
there he
crack.
is.
But he was top crack as well, weren't he?
Yeah, it was great crack all around, wasn't it, really?
I think that there's people there who's really got to give the captain a lot of credit because he made the day, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was superb.
He did.
Superb.
He did.
So a big shout out to the captain.
Also, he was directing traffic.
He
was sign language into the Hartlepool fans at one point.
The captain took over Hartlepool.
Yeah.
And there's Chris. Should we bring Chris in?
Yeah.
Chris.
Hi, lads. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas. Yeah, grand. A bit quick there, you caught me out there. A bit quick there. I just signed in.
Are you in France?
Yeah, I'm always in France, mate. Yeah, they won't let me back in yet till the extradition papers come through.
I wouldn't bother, mate. I wouldn't bother. Stay over there.
Oh, don't be like that. Don't be like.
How's it been watching from afar over the last couple of days?
Well, unfortunately, my wife just said shit there in the background. I apologise if you heard that. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi's been working, so it's been bleeding off. We've been able to watch it. Yeah, it's been terrible. Right. No, it's been very good actually because we're an hour in front, so it's ruining less of my weekend. No, last week was good. Yeah, I mean, apart from the Gateshead game again, but I mean, I don't know why we can't beat them. Do you? I think they're.
It's the Gateshead hoodoo.
I think they beat us. I mean, we've always had one team that's always had the sign over us, but we used to have it over Leeds, and but we've had certain teams in the past that have always had it over us. You know, Tranmere Rovers. I remember them beat us in the cup years ago when we was in the Premier League. You know, and we've always had a team that's been against us, and it seems to be Gateshead. But to be fair, they deserve the win. I thought, you know, can't knock them. They outplayed us on our own pitch again.
We let them do it though, didn't we? Really, I mean, that was the major frustration. Was in very much in the same way that Notts County when they played us last season, and you notice it. They had a centre half who was very comfortable on the ball and dictated everything where it went. They're number 6, and I think we were too far back with McGahey in the side. We were sitting too far back onto the halfway line. We weren't pressing him. We weren't inviting pressure, and he did everything. I think the difference being on Boxing Day with Hope in the side was he had that bit more energy, and we were able to play a bit higher up the pitch. Now, probably didn't matter in the same way against Hartlepool because they didn't play with the same way as Gateshead, but it was so frustrating against Gateshead because we just let them do what they do really well, and they do it really well.
When we have Hope in the team, when we get the ball back, we can break the possession because he's a lot quicker. We're a lot quicker on the break, aren't we? But with McGahey, he seems to slow it down because he just hasn't got the pace. He tries to play that, you know, Zico pass, and half the time it doesn't work, and he just passes it straight to the other team. So I think that's where we came unstuck.
I think you're spot on there with McGahey. Listen, I'm not knocking the lad's come back from an injury. He had a bad injury. Come back. He did okay for the game at Altrincham. He was a breath of fresh air for that game, particularly. Yeah. He scored a good goal. He beat John Barnes. He's sort of lived on that since. But I agree with you, David. But he's looking for that killer pass, and we're not reading it. We haven't been reading the game. I think, you know, we've got this young lad now who's. I mean, we've got to keep him. I don't know what we've got to do. We've got to keep that young fella, haven't we? He's been a revelation, that young man. And if that's the caliber of player that Mickey Mellons is trying to bring in, then yeah, bring on the transfer window, because I think the future. I'm positive. I'm still positive. We just can't seem to get into the playoffs. I'll be honest with you. I thought we'd been in there by now. We can't seem to get a foot in there and just get. You know, I think once we get in there, looking at our fixture running, it could be hard staying there. You know what I mean? We might, because we've got a difficult running, lads. We have got a difficult running, and I think we could struggle to stay in there to the end of the season. But the reason I phoned up is anyway. The captain's arse thing there, brilliant. But my gripe, I've got a gripe. I always have to have one player I'm moaning about, and I'm moaning about our captain, Hogan. I'm not happy with him. I'm not happy, mate. I'm not happy.
What are you not happy about, mate? What in particular?
Well, I think it's powder puff leadership. He's throwing arms about like he's trying to land some planes at Manchester Airport. He's saying things, in my opinion, after the fact. He's not leading from the front. We have bigger characters, bigger mouths certainly on the pitch in the form of even, you know, Norwood's. I mean, Norwood's verbally, he's good, he's a good leader, but he doesn't want to be captain, you can tell that. But I don't think Hogan, he doesn't seem to have he's not got the power, the control, the leadership, the dynamism that I'm looking for from a Milligan type captain. We've always had a git in charge, and we've always had a yard dog, a terrier, somebody who's going to put the foot in where it counts. And I think he's got an head like a 10-bob piece. When he heads it, you know, it's a lottery where it's going to end up. He was lucky to not get sent off against Gateshead. He was. I mean, he should have had a second yellow for me. I'll be honest with you. I thought the referee bottled that. And I'm not saying I wanted him sending off, but I just every match now. Sorry, that was the glass of whiskey's turned up on the table with the nuts and the phones fell over. It's my new Whelan. It's my new Whelan. Sorry, lads. It's become Whelan. And Whelan looked good against us the other day, by the way. But I mean, I don't like him. I fell out with Hogan. Sorry, and I don't know if I'm right, wrong, or what you think. What your opinions are on that, lads? Because I don't.
You might have an opinion on.
I call him bomb scare me because he's a bomb scare. Right. He's a bomb waiting to happen. And I don't think he's good enough. I don't think his legs have gone. I think he's Curzon Ashton quality. He's not quick enough. But to be fair, I thought he had a really good game against Hartlepool. I thought he every ball that went in there, he did get rid of it, although he did add it to their player. But I thought he was there in terms of he dealt with everything that we needed him to deal with. I thought Raglan, he can head it, but he can't clear it with his foot. Hobson is our stand-up player. If we didn't have him, we'd be in big trouble. Do you know what I mean? And this is the thing. I was talking to a guy in the stands at Hartlepool. I said, if we didn't have Norwood, we'd be like fourth bottom because he's scored. When's the last time we've had a player score 15 goals before Christmas?
Lister.
Or Richie, most probably. But again, I think Norwood has set the standard. That goal that he set up against for the first goal for Stones, that flick, it just showed how far ahead in terms of quality he is. I wouldn't have an objection with Norwood being captain because he's part of the senior leadership crew. Yeah. He's always the one who gets on the front foot and tries to do the high press when we're trying to get the ball back. If we had 2 or 3 James Norwoods, we'd be all right with that attitude and that passion and that adaptability. Everyone says, "Oh, we don't celebrate when he scores." Maybe that's just not him. But by God, he does give everything he gets because everyone says Fondop gives everything, and Fondop does. But you've got to look at what Norwood does off the ball. It's not when he's on the ball; it's when he's off the ball. He's always geeing him up and telling him to calm down, and getting him back, closing down. He's setting a great example for John Stones as well. I'd probably give it Norwood as captain, but it's whether you want to upset the apple cart now after what's happened.
I'm glad it's not just me, because honestly, I was getting a bit, because I speak to our group and that, and I think I'm the Hogan caller now. But and I think obviously I think I don't want to slag him off because he's club captain at the end of the day, and I want him to be there, and I want him to play well. I want him to prove me wrong, but I'm just not seeing it, and I'm not confident, and I've lost it. I've lost confidence with him. But I think what's happened this week, I'm not going to go into details, what's been said and what's been allegedly said in dressing rooms. I think it's given us a chance to have a bit of a clear out this. And I think Mellons might profit by this, and sure that he is a good, stern, old 70s, 80s type manager where he's going to put his foot down and lead from the front. I think Mickey Mellons here. And I think he's got the balls to do it. And I think fair play. Because everybody at Old Athletic, it's a working town. People pay good money to watch that crap we've been served up. And I think he realises that, and he respects Joe Public, and I think he's going to do the right thing. And if people have stepped out of line, he'll make them accountable. And I think we'll come out with this in the end of January with a better team, a better squad. And I think Mickey Mellons will build his own players because he's still using Unsworths and the remnants of the Lemsagum era. We've got a great squad, but it's not working. I said the other week on Twitter or one of them other websites that it's like we've bought all the best parts for all the cars, just not the right model, not the same model. We've got all the superb pieces, they're just not for the right same vehicle. And we've got brilliant players all over the pitch, but it's not gelling, is it? And we need to gel it or to change it. And I think Mellons is going to do it. We'll get to playoffs. We're going to lose because, like as your mate Andy said, we can't string 3 results together. But if we get there, it's the confidence. It's a launching pad for next season, and I feel good. I just hope I'm young enough to see us get back up the leagues. Getting on a bit, man. You know what I mean.
I think we've got time to get that run together before the end of the season and to instill a bit of confidence. I think it's something like we've been in 10th for 7 out of the last 8 weeks or something like that. We can't seem to get up there, but it's all about the home form now. We've got to go on Saturday. We've got to win against Hartlepool at home, and then all of a sudden this run we've been on is decent. I think with the Hogan, the Raglan, the back three, or whatever we're playing, I don't think, for me, McGahey, I think he can do a job in that back in that holding midfield role, but I think it keeps us too deep, and I think we need to be more on the front foot. I think Hogan and Raglan and Hobson, even when they have to play the ball long, give the ball away, Raglan again, his distribution wasn't great. Hobson, when he's got to play it long, doesn't always find the pass. For me, I want to see our defenders giving it to our midfielders. I want to see our midfielders coming for the ball. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. I want to go forward with the ball. A lot more of that. And I think that, like, not having the responsibility of the defenders of having to find the passes. It's the midfield's job. Give it to the midfielders. I mean, we saw. Do you remember Hobson on that marauding run forward at the on Boxing Day? That was great. But
they play in the diag, aren't they? That's what they're trying to do. Play it into the channels for Stones and Norwood, because Shearing can't pass. Lundstrom goes sideways, and Hope, he'll just try and run and divert down the channel, but that wasn't his job, because if he ran out of position, he'd leave him exposed, because Stones was dropping in a lot for Hope. So I think that was just to see how that was tested out. But to be fair, a lot of people were saying that Hartlepool were a good side, and I have to agree. I don't think they were the best I've seen for probably one of the worst teams we played against, to be fair to him.
Their best player's back now, isn't it? And presumably he'll start on Saturday, so that could change the dynamic a little bit. He
looked good, him. That Mancini who came on, the one who they're all cheering for, he looked really good, driving forward, and we were on the back foot for about 10-15 minutes when he came on, weren't he? But
the great thing about Boxing Day's performance was, we were 2-1 up at half time, and we came out in that second half, and we looked like we wanted to kill the game off. And the first 15-20 minutes of the game, we went for it, and we got our reward, and we killed the game off. And that was the best thing about it for me. It was just that period. I turned around and said, like, during the game, we've got to get one here now, because if we don't, it's one of them.
We could have scored when Kitchen dragged it across, and Norwood would just missed it. Didn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, the great thing about, you mentioned Stones before, or Stone. Josh, is it Josh Stone?
Stones.
Yeah. Stone. Anyway, he when he gets the ball, he wants to get the ball. He wants to go forward with it. He wants to carry the ball forward, and we don't have that in the squad otherwise. Maybe Reed tries to do it a little bit, but like the way that he battled and got the ball and got to the byline and put in an absolutely brilliant ball for Norwood just to tap in. That's what we need. And I think that's what he was saying. I think that's what Melon's pointing out. Even we'll do well to keep him. If we're going to struggle in their own league, and they're struggling for forwards, and he's performing like this, he might well get called back. But at least we know what we need, and at least we know as an example of that. This is what we need. This is what we want you to do. And I think that the reason why him and Norwood link up better is Stones is
a good player.
And he's got the brain.
Yeah,
but it's about the brain. Norwood's anticipation and the way he thinks about the game is a step ahead than some of the other players. And I think this young lad, although he's young, because he's
come through the academies. They've come through the academies, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? It's academy football.
He's got the brain, and it's it'd be fantastic if we could sign him till the end of the season. I think it would make all the difference. But
I think the other thing we need to discuss is the atmosphere against Gateshead at home. I thought it was really poor. There's too much of an over-reliance on the Atleticos. I think that the Joe Ralston, the main stand, need to get behind the team a bit more rather than the constant mourning and booing and whinging. You know what I mean? There was no atmosphere. Nobody was up for it on the 23rd, and I appreciate it's Christmas and everyone's probably stressed out or whatever, but that's
the Christmas spirit, isn't it?
We need to make our own home turf, like a home ground, like a cauldron. We need to make it like a melting pot of atmosphere and making people, teams fear us coming rather than thinking it's a big day out and a cup final. Do you know what I mean? And I think we need to create this atmosphere, and everyone says, it's because of the poor football, but it's all we come off the back of some great away wins and some great away victories. We need to just not lose faith at the first opportunity. We went 1-0 up, and the atmosphere was still flat. I know it was crap football, but we're 1-0 up at half time. Yeah. What do they want? I don't know what they want.
When Mickey Mellon asked, go on, mate.
It's what you're saying. We're not. I mean, we went away on Saturday, as you say, and before that was Solihull Moors. I mean, and these are decent footballing sides, 4th and 5th in the table. You know what I mean? And we take the lead. And I don't know why. I feel, we're going to win this. We're going to win this. We're going to win this. We scored at home against Gateshead 1-0 up, and I'm thinking we might get a draw. And I think I've been going to Benbury Park longer than I can remember, like longer than most people have been born, sadly. But I think Bottom line is, it really is. It's ingrained in us. We've equalised first, if you like. I think we've got to stuff somebody every week. I say we've got to stuff somebody. We've got to give somebody right good fucking stuff in here, and then that way it's going to, like, do another Aldershot. And it's just never rolled, have we? Since that, we've never rolled since the Aldershot. We need to stuff somebody proper, and then stuff somebody again. And Hartlepool, I know you said Hogan played well against them. I think I'd have played well against Hartlepool, but I think, I think they're there for taking out. If we don't turn Hartlepool over on Saturday, I'm going to have to go shop it week after, because it's getting too much this now. You know what I mean? I love away matches, but the home games are killing me. And I think, we should be a force to reckon with them. Look at Chesterfield; you can't beat them. 95th minute, they'll still score against you unless it's Oldham. So
I think the last time we won at home was the 23rd of September against Oxford City, 4-0. Do you know what I mean?
The 23rd of September, yeah. And I mean, all these comments. I mean, the Hartlepool commentator won about the last time they won a game. I'm thinking, bloody hell, that wasn't before that. They we haven't won since November 7th. Bloody hell, fire! Look at our record, mate. You'll be wait. You can't wait till you come back to our place this week.
I mean, there's a few things you can comment about. The atmosphere's poor because the football's poor. Dave. But I think I get that. I think that there is always. I always talk about joint responsibility. I think that it's hard sometimes to get up for. But like you said, sometimes I know, yeah. But sometimes it's like, if there's no atmosphere generated, or the Atleticos are struggling to get things going, it's like it's a collective responsibility. Sometimes you just keeping going. Like what you'll find away from home is that on a good day, that the fans will just keep going. They'll keep chanting.
They got pelters though. They got pelters when we went 1-0 down.
Yeah, they did.
They got pelters because they got booed out when they were warming up because of what happened about this Christmas Day social media post, and then we went 1-0 down, and it was getting nasty. And I looked at me, and you were like, "Can't wait for the phone on Thursday. Thursday. It's going to be an absolute nightmare." But to be fair, we just need to,
Thank God about the atmosphere, Dave.
We need to get behind them. At home especially.
I think so. I think the other thing, not just about getting behind our team, it's about giving the other team some grief. You know what I mean? Making it difficult. If you've got, a lot of players, you know what it's like, Chris, at Boundary Park, especially particularly, the North Stand's got a reputation for it, turning on players and getting in, take your aggression out and your anger out on, give it Callum Whelan, give it, you know what I mean? Give it to the other player, give it to the referee, but get behind our players.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes. I do understand that.
No, but it's gone beyond that. I think we do have a responsibility to get behind our players, and rather than turning on him and taking the easy way out, because anyone can take the easy way out and criticise. Don't get me wrong; it's easy. It's the easiest
I've
thing
seen
to
you do it, Dave.
Yeah, I have. But it doesn't help. It doesn't help, and it's like we need to back our players. Like at Hartlepool, we went 1-0 down. We got a chance. We scored. We got another chance. We scored. And I tell you what, we're cloud nine, weren't we? As a club, we're backing them and singing and going for it and having fun. Do you know what I mean? So it's really difficult.
Yeah, we're dividing ourselves as fans yet again. I mean, it's not the same as the Lemsegums. It's not the Kevin Malarkey pillock faces situation. But it's a situation where the fans are starting to separate again because they've got different opinions about what shouldn't be happening. And when at the end of the day, all we want to do is see our team win a game, win at home at Boundary Park, get back into the Football League and climb back up the pyramid. I mean, we all want the same thing, but we are starting to divide yet again. I can see the animosity between the fans creeping back in like it was a couple of years ago. And I think it's a shame that, I mean, I've started to calm down commenting on the social websites, because you put one thing and there's always somebody ready to snipe you. I mean, you lads get kicked. You get the shit kicked out of it. I don't know why you do it sometimes, lads. I really don't.
There's a lot of accounts
we
that
do it for the money. We do it for the big money.
And don't bother with it. You know what I mean? Because it's boring, really.
You pay for my Barbados trips. That's why I do it.
Why don't I ever go on holiday?
Because I look after the money, being a Tory and you're a champagne socialist.
You don't get enough shit. You mustn't get enough shit, you obviously, Matt.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Listen, lad. But bottom line is, we've got a good future there. We've got a great owner who's leading by example yet again. I mean, he's a bit of a case, our Frank, isn't he? But he's a good case. He's our case. He's our Frank. He gives a shit about our club. We've got a great fan base. We're a big fish in a little pond now. Let's be honest. If we don't make the most of it for the next 2 or 3 seasons, we'll end up, we'll slide again. We need to build on this. We've hit rock bottom. I think we've turned the corner. We're coming back. I think the future is looking good, and I'm confident that we will get there. We've got a good manager. I'm not going to knock Unsworth or Curley. It's gone. That's behind us. We've got tomorrow to look forward to, and I think we have a future. And if we creep into playoffs this year, I agree with what you say on your podcast and your phone. It's a launching pad for next season. It's something to build on. It's a step forward. It'll put 500 more on the season ticket sales. It'll give us something to go with. It'll give us an impetus, and I really do believe that we can build on that. And I really think we've got a future, lads. And we'll never get back to the Premier League, but just get back into the Football League. And
yeah,
well, that's a nice positive way to end your call, that Chris. I think.
Cheers, mate.
Nice
all
one.
the best. Thank you very much, lads. And listen, Happy New Year to you all. And thanks for what you've done everything over the years. And I'll see you soon, hopefully. Yeah, all the best, lads. Happy New Year. Happy New Year from the wife as well.
Happy New Year, wife.
Cheers.
Bye.
Keep it going. Bye.
Bye.
Nice one. Right, let's bring Ibby in. All right, Ibby.
Evening, guys. You all right?
Yeah, you all right, mate?
Yeah, I hope you had a good Christmas. Sorry for the noise at the back.
You having a party?
No, it's my daughter.
All right, okay. Is she an Oldham fan?
She's not into football, sadly.
Well,
you don't have to be into football to be an Oldham fan.
Both, yeah, that's it. How are you doing, mate?
I'm all right, Dave. I'm out, and good win on that against Hartlepool, and I didn't know that we played them again on Saturday. So let's hope Mellon picks up 3 vital points on Saturday.
It's desperately needed.
Absolutely, Dave.
I think we're going to beat them, maybe, but then again, I thought we were going to beat Gateshead. So
yeah.
I allow myself every single weekend.
It's the whole
to just allow enough of it just to believe,
and then it just gets killed out here.
Yeah, it does. But I thought we did. I thought it was a professional performance on Boxing Day. I didn't think it was like it wasn't a thriller of a game. It was one of those, a difficult one, because I was so kind of caught up in the atmosphere and the day and talking and all that kind of stuff to be paying full attention, but it just seemed like a good solid away performance, and we desperately need a good solid home performance. Maybe we haven't had one for like you were saying, 23rd of September since we have a home win. So will you be going on Saturday, Ebby?
Of course I am, and really hope we win. And what do you make about what came out of the club? It was disappointing. Players are not taking things seriously, but I think the club should have handled this behind private doors instead of giving a club statement out.
No, I disagree. I think they've done exactly what they should have done because of the backlash from the fans. Because if they tried to brush it under the carpet like the good old days of Abdallah, it would have turned nasty. I think they've done it professionally. I think it was asked by the club media team very well by Alan Jones. He took it head on to Mickey Mellon, whereas I think in the past they wouldn't have done. And Mickey Mellon had an answer straight away, and he said, "Look," and he set his stall out, and it's about morals and setting out the standards that he wants the club to achieve.
I think we were talking about this before, weren't we, Dave? Whether or not like Alex Reid was like messing about, or whether or not he was serious. I don't think it's necessarily
after a home defeat.
Yeah, I think it kind of like
it
could have been like
it was ill-timed.
It was just and the thing is, it's just a bit. It's too open to interpretation, and like I think that was the problem. I'm not necessarily sure he was serious or if he was mucking about or whatever, but I think, like you said, if the club hadn't have dealt with it publicly and they hadn't have done what they've done, there'd be people saying, "Well, why haven't you done?"
I think if it was any other player, it could have been because of maybe his social media presence and platform. I think, and his match day vlogs. I think Alex has not done himself any favours there with, the fans and the club, because he's known for it, isn't he? And I think that's not done him. It's done him a disservice in that respect, hasn't it?
It's lesson learned, isn't it? I think at the end of the day, like, I don't think
you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
I think you've just got to people learn, don't they?
Yeah. Do you think they'll get verbal warnings, or what do you think? Have they last kicked a football for our football club?
Don't know.
I don't know. It's up to the club. I mean, for me, it's one of those things. You have a chat with somebody about something like this, and you move on. I don't think it does anyone any good to keep going on about it. But the club will deal with it. And look, I think there's a lot worse things going on in the world. But
there's a lot worse videos, isn't there, Matt?
Yeah. But at the same time, I understand why the club and why Mickey Mellons are annoyed about it, because those kind of things can be said in the dressing room or whatever, but for them to become public, it's not a good look.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I was disappointed with that Gateshead result, and we never beat them, and it's just them looking it. But the players need to take things very serious, because we're at a vital point of the season now, guys, and they need to take this very, very seriously, because the manager's taking it seriously.
I think if anything else, what it's done is it's helped to reinforce that kind of message that like this is that when it comes to professionalism and taking things seriously, there's a time and a place, what the dressing room's like and what teams are like. There's a time and a place for banter and joking and all this, that, and the other. But ultimately, there's a lot of money being spent, the owner's money being spent on getting this club out of the division ultimately, and that has to be taken seriously. It's people's jobs, people's livelihoods. People take football seriously because it's serious. And on Christmas Day, people are people point out that there's NHS workers, there's people doing this, doing that, not spending time with the families, doing jobs. It's so yeah. I mean, I think at best it was just ill-advised.
Well, it's like Andy's butlers in Chiswick who look after his and his family. They have to
they
work
don't
Christmas
get any
Day.
days off.
Well, no, absolutely not. Andy is
he's a serious taskmaster.
Yeah, I don't have anything more to say, guys. Thanks a lot for having me on, and thank you very much.
You're always welcome, baby.
Take care, mate. Bye-bye.
All the best. Sorry,
I have nothing more to say.
A bit preemptive there on the button. Right, Martin, he's probably here to tell you that you're wrong about the atmosphere. Let's hope so.
Here we go.
How are we doing, chaps? You all right?
Yeah, great, mate.
Merry Christmas. Hope you had a good one, mate.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Many happy returns for the 31st as well, Dave. Birthday twin.
Thank you. Oh, all right. Okay. Good stuff. Yeah. How old are you, mate?
I'll be 39 on the 31st.
I'm much younger than that, so yeah, it's okay, Grandad. Yeah. So
cheers for that. Thank you.
Have a good day, mate.
38, won't you?
You too. Enjoy.
38. Yeah. 38.
Oh well, not Grandad then.
I'm only winding you up, mate. Yeah. So, what have you got to say, mate?
I was just going to say that I was at the Gateshead game with my two boys on Saturday, and I was just frustrated, really, more by the second half because, I thought going in 1-0 up at half time, we looked all right first half. We were giving them a decent game, and then the second half kind of like it drifted to a nothing, and I think we just allowed them to have the ball. We've got this tendency to allow teams to play it through the middle. I think you saw that at Hartlepool again with their goal after 4 or 5 minutes the other day. We've got a real tendency to allow teams to bully us off the ball through the middle of the park. I think ultimately that will probably be our undoing. Boxing Day was great. Don't get me wrong. Stones and Norwood, look a hell of a partnership. I think very promising. A lot to be positive about. Hartlepool, as I said in the messages before, we're poor. I think if we don't take another 3 points from the next home game, then there's something wrong there. Really, I think Mancini's the only threat. I agree with what you were saying, Dave. When he came on,
you give him a right lift, didn't he? A proper lift.
Yeah, the fans obviously got behind them, didn't they? They've obviously missed him for quite a long period of time.
He just wanted the ball, didn't he? You see him, he just wanted the ball and just pushed driving forward, and it was like Hope and Shearing man-marked him, didn't they, for quite a while?
Again, but this is the thing, and this is what we're missing.
Yeah.
We're missing that person that is just like, give me the ball. Every time a player comes onto the pitch and changes a game, not every time, but most often, it's because they want the ball. It's because they take control of the ball and make things happen with it. And we've still not got that, have we, in the centre of the park?
I don't think we've had that for a number of years, Matt. I think that when you go back and you think about John Sheridan, obviously, is the one that comes to mind, and Richie Wellens. I mean, I remember watching Richie Wellens for about 35 minutes at Bradford before he had to come off injured. and he won the game for us in that 35 minutes. That kind of player we just haven't got anymore.
Corey Smith, like the player I remember,
Yeah.
the only one who since Daniel John. Is it Daniel Johnson who we got on loan from Villa? They're the player. Like, you know, everyone talks about Jack Byrne, but I don't think he had it as much. There's not. I haven't seen many players since probably Corey Smith who've had that sort of give me the ball, let's play forward, and you know.
I like to see those midfielders like going to the back to the defenders and saying, "Give it me, finding the space, give the ball, turn right."
But you know, I think, you know, Dave's comment about atmosphere before at the Gateshead game. I think part of the frustration. I was sat in the main stand, so there's never going to be an atmosphere in the main stand, is there? But part of the frustration there was the fact that we were 2-1 behind and we still had 6 centre halves on the pitch. You know, you're asking, you know, players to play out of position. We don't have a natural playmaker within that centre of the pitch. I
think it's a fear thing again, though, Martin, isn't it? I think that Mellon was fearful that if we played too high up the pitch and went at them, that they were going to tear us apart. I think that's probably why he kept more defenders on the pitch than we wanted to see as supporters. What we wanted to see was us pressing, keeping them back, making them revert to the long ball, and forcing mistakes. And you know, that's what we wanted to see. Managers tend to be a little bit more conservative sometimes, don't they? And I think, like you said before about the first half was textbook insofar as we kept it tight. We looked well organised at the back, probably let on a bit too much more than we would have wanted, but we nicked a goal, probably could have had another couple if we'd have been a bit better, a bit cleverer with the ball. But you go in at half-time 1-up and you think, right, if you can do that again for the first 10, 15 minutes, we might frustrate them. But what did we do? We conceded after 4 minutes or something, didn't we, in the second half? And then it just all goes to pot. And then we conceded from a free kick. Was it a free kick? I think it was a free kick.
And it weren't a free kick. It wasn't a free kick.
No, but like our team on average was so much taller than their team. And, you know, and they're winning headers and they're winning second balls in the box. And it's that kind of stuff that's frustrating. But when we go a goal behind like that, like you're saying there, make the changes, get the defense. Let's go for it, and let's play higher up the pitch.
I think that's partly why he brought the young lad on, Kofi Moore, because he ran around. He was the typical Paul Warne figure kind of thing, running chasing out after every ball, bit of energy, bit of enthusiasm. I don't mind that at all. You know, I think
struggled though, didn't he? It was a really hard. It was a really hard debut for him. A really hard game for him to get into.
Like,
coming on at 2-1 down is always.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I mean. It was when you're looking to chase, when you're looking to win the game against. Maybe again, there are people saying things like, "Well, maybe it was a message to the board and saying, look, this is where we're at. I mean, in order to try and change the game, we're throwing on a young lad, and because he wasn't." I
think I'm up in West Cumbria, and Workington fans have been raving about him. You know, he's been really good for them. So I don't necessarily believe that. I think Mickey Mellon's probably, you know, he's not daft Mickey, is he? Like, no. I do trust him. I think we've made a really good appointment in Mickey Mellon. I think he's probably heard really good reports back from Workington and thought, sod it, let's call this guy back. You know,
I believe he really rates him because he sent him to Guiseley, and then he's been really impressed with him in training. You know,
I'm sure he's got a lot to offer. I'm just saying it was a very difficult game for him to come into. I think you know it's always hard coming on as a sub. You know, it's not an easy thing to do to get up to speed of the game, especially when you're chasing the game. And isn't he a wide player?
Yeah, he's a winger.
He played him as one of the front two. So look, I'm not knocking the lad at all. Like you said, he put himself about. He did the best he could.
He did, yeah.
But I think that the squad, and very much like Chris was saying before about having the wrong parts. You sit there scratching your head looking at that squad, and you think, well, how do I really change this game? You know what I mean? With the substitutes.
I think we're a collection of individuals rather than a team at the minute, aren't we? You know, I think Mellon understandably has to put his own stamp on it. If we sneak into the playoffs this season, I think that's a cracking result. You know, like, it's a lottery, isn't it? If you get 7th, you take it, see who you get, see if you can come out on top. Who knows? You know, it could go either way. I know Chris said before, if we get in the playoffs, we're going to lose, but who knows? You know, it is a lottery. But at the end of the day, I think the guy's come in. He needs some time to bring his own players in, shift a lot of deadwood. To be honest, a collection of individuals, like I said, that David Unsworth has assembled, rather than putting a team together, and we go again, kind of thing. I think Storms has proved a cracking acquisition. I think he's come out with some good stuff today about listening to everything that James Norwood's telling him. Why wouldn't you? 33-year-old Football League striker.
Yeah.
Next year, it's a cracking experience for him as a young lad. So let's see how far that those two can take it. How long have we got, Storms? Is it only to the end of January?
End of Jan.
See, we need him longer. I think. Just off the three appearances so far, I'd be knocking on Wigan's door already and saying,
knock, knock, knocking
on Wigan's door.
Very musical.
I think you're right. But those, you see, we've been saying it, haven't we, about partnerships. Partnerships on football pitches are really, really important. And I think an ideal blend is youth and experience. If you can get that, centre half pairings where you've got, an older, more experienced head next to a younger, more athletic, player, and like that again with Stones and Norwood, and just their understanding, because in some ways they're quite similar. They're very direct. They're very sort of bullish, aggressive.
Yeah,
they like the flicks, the knock-ons. They see the space, and and all that kind of stuff. So it's great. Whether we'll get what we want or not, I don't know. But I'm sure that if the club want to keep him, they'll do everything they can to do that, because
they'd be foolhardy not to.
They obviously. Promotion is this season is the target. There's no doubt about that. Getting into the playoffs is the target. So they're going to have to do what they can. But there is still other areas of the pitch, centre midfield, and we definitely need. If we're going to play with wing backs, then we need a wing. We need cover. Is Kitchen got booked at the? Is he suspended?
I don't know. Is Kitchen suspended? Can someone let us know?
I think he did get booked on Boxing Day. I don't know if it's a suspension or not.
He must be getting close because he played every game, so he's obviously going to pick up bookings along the way, isn't he?
I don't know if they get sort of rescinded, they restart after a certain time. I'm not sure. There's like a cut-off date, but I'm not sure. So if someone could let us know, that'd be great.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, Brad was waiting in the wings there, but he's just disappeared.
Yeah, Brad, if you're there, come back.
I'm sure
if not,
he will. So will you be down at Boundary Park on Saturday, Martin?
I'm not there on Saturday because I'm back up in Cumbria now, but I'm at Dorking on the 6th.
Yeah, there's a good turnout going down there. We'll be down there, won't we, Dave?
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, looking forward to it.
I mean, we're a different team away, aren't we? Obviously, I watched us on the telly against Barnet, and I couldn't believe I was watching Latics. To be fair, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to Saturday. We need a bloody home win, don't we?
Just win for our bloody birthday, for goodness sake.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all we need, isn't it, Martin? Just Mickey to sort our birthdays out.
Well, speaking of Cumbria, we give a shout out to the job that Pete Wild. He was at the game on against Gateshead in the Rochdale Road end. What a great job he's doing at Barra. He had him up to second. I think the 4th currently. But when you look at the who's in that division and who's up that top end, Notts County, Stockport, Wrexham, Mansfield, the type of money that's kicking about in that division, and he's got them up to 4th place, a little club like Barrow.
And he's a lovely guy, Pete Waddy, because he went, "My God, you are sexy, Dave." That's what he said to me. So I was like, "Cheers, Pete." I said,
did he have his beer goggles on, Dave?
No, he was. He had his lovely blue eyes gazing at me. He said, "So I was just like,
do you like him
no,
as a blonde? Pete, Are you into Pete as a blonde?
Pete, get in the dugout, then we'll talk." That's what I said. So,
what you'd rather have Pete Wild than Mickey Mellon? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just said in time, when it happens, get back to Latics, but we'll see.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna go, chaps, because
right,
you're cutting out on me anyway. Yeah. So I'm gonna go.
All right.
Have a good birthday.
All the best, Martin.
Thanks for enjoy it. Right back at you, Dave. Enjoy. See you later. Bye.
Ta-da. Birthday boys.
The birthday boys.
We're not going out for you, but we're going out on after the game, aren't we? For
yes.
Your birthday.
I will. Yeah, be partaking in a few ales after the game.
Yeah.
It's invite only. Strict invite only.
Yeah.
So if you haven't received the invite from Sexy Dave,
If your name's not down, you're not coming in.
well, you're definitely not. Well, I'm not even going to say it.
No. Watch it. Watch what you say.
Mm.
Here we go. It's the hope that kills you, Jenny.
Jenny Tyler.
Confident for Saturday. Well, she's always confident, but
Yeah, Reese P. Here we go.
Oh,
On the
Reese.
kitchen yellow card update.
yellow card update. I think or a certain game here.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. But well done, Reese, for
Having a
typing
go.
all those words in one go.
Yeah.
His band might be 30 or so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't know.
I don't know.
But nice guy.
Yeah,
Nice
so
guy.
yeah, we've got no more calls.
No, that's it. End of. Thanks for getting in touch. If you did, thanks for watching. If you did, there's no one else. There's no one lined up. Brad was there, but he's gone.
Yeah.
So we have a strict rule, don't we? That if there's no callers, then
We
that's
leave.
it. End of the show.
Yeah, if you want to buy us a coffee for Christmas, just follow this link.
Bloody. So now, Dave, fans can buy us a coffee. How do you like your coffee?
Like a nice cream, white, frothy latte.
Laddie. So if you want to buy Dave
Latte.
then you can go to buymeacoffee.com/OAFC podcast. I'll just take mine black. I've not heard that for a while. That always makes me
goodness me.
giggle. Dave went, Yeah, so we'll see you on Saturday, and then we'll be doing the phone-in on Wednesday.
Yeah,
Then we'll be...
making love on Friday
yeah.
and Saturday and Sunday
Yeah.
and chill on
We'll
Monday.
just chill on Monday.
Yeah.
Then we'll be down to Dorking, and then we'll be doing the pod as usual on the Monday. So hope you've all had a really good Christmas. It's nice that Latics have at least got one win at Christmas this year.
Yeah.
So we can end the year strong like bull.
You're Russian?
Yes.
No, don't do that.
Goodbye.
Anti-Russian. Not all Russians.
Not official.
But
No.
dictators.
Hang on a minute.
KGB.
White Russians. The
No,
drink.
I like them. If
you
you
like
want,
them?
I'm not going to drink them on my shindig.
Good the night, Mr. Bond.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to the Boundary Park Alert System, a QPod production hosted and produced weekly by Matt Dean, Andy Halliwell and Dave Bradley. QPod is Oldham's only dedicated podcast production company, and if you'd like to learn more about how podcasting can help take your brand to the next level, visit kupod.co.uk. A huge thank you goes to all those people who subscribe to the podcast on Spotify. We really appreciate you all. Please visit oafcpodcast.co.uk and click Be a Supporter or find the link in the show notes if you'd like to help us fund the show. It's only $2.99 per month to subscribe, but if you'd rather make a one-off donation, please visit buymeacoffee.com/OAFC podcast or click the link on our website. Don't miss the Latics football phone-in every Wednesday live from 8:30 p.m. Please visit youtube.com/@OAFC podcast and do hit subscribe while you are there. You can also follow and interact with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok @OAFC podcast. Big thanks go to Eileen Finnegan for writing our excellent weekly blog, which we encourage you to read on our website every Saturday morning, and also to Paul Prendergast for providing us with all the Latics Mind questions. The title music for the show is by Manchester DJ and producer Starion, and for more information visit bandcamp.com/Red Laser Records. If you'd like to be a guest or contribute to the show, we would love to hear from you. Until then, see you next time.